time for some great eye candy. No, not me. I mean, of course, the phones in my hand. And these phones have made the biggest headline of the Mobile World Congress 2014. These are the Nokia X series phone, the XL, the Plus, and the Nokia X. What's the big deal? You already know it. Nokia does Android. Yes, that's what these phones achieve. This opens up a whole different ball game. Nokia with Android, Android being one of the biggest OSs in the world, Nokia, one of the best in hardware. This could be a formidable combination, could be great sales, but so many different questions come up. For instance, the biggest question, if this entire deal with Android phones coming in from Nokia was announced before the Microsoft deal, would Microsoft have been able to buy Nokia? What happens to the Lumia lower end phones like the 520? Won't these cannibalize those? A whole different ball game about to start, and I'll take you through it with a review of the three phones.
These X-Men made the biggest headline of Mobile World Congress 2014. We aren't talking about the superpowered mutants coming alive at MWC, but Nokia making everyone's jaw drop with the launch of its X series. The first ever Nokia phones that can now run Android apps. Had this move happened earlier, it could have changed the landscape of the Microsoft Nokia buyout. These smartphones are based on Open Android, but let's first make sure that is understood. This is not a Google certified Android OS, and thus the phone can't access apps directly from the Google Play Store, nor run native Google apps, Gmail and Chrome. But sideloading and hacking will eventually make sure that almost all of these do appear on this phone in the long run. Nokia and Microsoft have worked hard to integrate their core services and apps into these three X's. Nokia is offering its own Android store, which has a combination of its own and Microsoft's apps. Users will also get access to third-party app stores like Yandex, as well as the ability to sideload other apps. Meet the X family of smartphones consisting of the Nokia X, Nokia X Plus, and Nokia XL. Just like Mr. Elope, we too will start with the most affordable of the lot, the Nokia X. The build quality of the X is superb. The plastic feels nice, as with most recent Nokia smartphones, and it is quite sturdy too. The Nokia X features a 4-inch LCD display with a moderate 480 x 800 pixels resolution. Under the hood, the entire Nokia X range shares the same 1 GHz dual-core Snapdragon S4 chipset, with only the X somewhat limited at 512 MB of RAM. Internal storage is just 4 GB, but is expandable up to 32 GB. Nokia X comes with a 3MP camera and gives a miss to the front facer. The phone weighs 129 grams and packs a 1500 mAh battery. The Nokia X Plus is a bumped up version of the Nokia X, but not by much, as only the RAM has been affected. It's up from 512 MB to 768 MB, and while it doesn't sound a lot, it makes a difference in terms of actual experience. The increased RAM also affects the price of the X Plus, which costs €10 more than the X. Nokia bets big on the largest device of the X series. Nokia XL ensured large crowds at the Nokia booth all through. At a price of just €109, which should translate to about 9,000 rupees, the XL is a great value for money device. And with the ability to run Android, it might cannibalize the growth of the Lumia series at this price point.
Not at all. Actually, there are folks that have experienced Lumia, and it has created a very strong franchise for itself. And those who are looking for differentiated services there will go for it. There is a segment of people that are looking for Android-based apps, and therefore this addresses a totally different segment, and it becomes as I said, a means for us to address that need while also allowing to create a future road map for folks to move to Lumia.
At 800 x 480 pixel, the 5-inch display of the Nokia XL isn't going to win any award for clarity, but it still provides a decent viewing experience. The user interface is overly simple too, with two main screens, the app list screen and fast lane. The app screen reminds us of Lumia, while the fast lane of Asha. At the back, there's a 5MP camera with LED flash. There is a 2MP front camera too. In terms of specs, the Nokia XL arrives with a 1 GHz dual-core processor, 768 MB of RAM and 4 GB of internal storage. Nokia has also included a bunch of its Lumia apps on the XL, including its store, camera, mixed radio and Here maps. The three smartphones have the ability to get hold of the market, and we bet big on the XL to surely do so. All the 3Xs will arrive in India this month and will be priced between 5K to 9K.